Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. This time I'm going to be making some of these easy, spicy chicken wraps. Absolutely delicious, make a really nice lunch or a snack. We have all of the ingredients for that over here and I'm going to run through that, tell you exactly how much all of this costs. So we have 200 grams of chicken breast and this cost me £1.20. Again, I bought this in a large pack. I think I bought 600 grams of it. We have 1 tablespoon of oil at 15 pence. We have half a teaspoon of paprika at 2 pence. We have half a teaspoon of cumin at 2 pence. We have half a teaspoon of oregano at about 2 pence. And we have half a teaspoon of black pepper at 2 pence. So the total cost of the chicken itself is £1.43. We're going to get 2 wraps out of that, making that 71 pence per wrap. Now, to make the wraps, we have 120 grams of plain flour at 6 pence. We have 30 ml of oil at 3 pence. We have 60 ml of warm water, which we can't really cost. We have half a teaspoon of baking powder at about 2 pence. And we have a pinch of salt. So the total cost for the wraps is 11 pence. And we're going to get 4 out of that. So they are about 3 pence each. I'm also going to serve this with some salad. The salad itself it amounts to a slice of onion and a grating of lettuce. And we have a little mayonnaise in there as well. The salad, I'm saying, will cost about 10 pence. The mayonnaise will also cost about 10 pence. Now, this is a mayonnaise recipe, which I'm going to make myself. Not in this video. I have another video where I'm going to make mayonnaise and then make that into coleslaw, and that's coming soon, might be next week actually. So if we add all of that stuff up, we have 1 helping of the chicken, 71 pence, we have the salad, 10 pence, we have the mayonnaise, 10 pence, and we have 1 of the wraps at 3 pence, which means each of these chicken wraps comes out at 94 pence. Now, there are a couple of stages to this, and the first one is to prep the chicken. So let's get on with that. First thing that we want to do with that is just put some of these spices into this bowl. So we have half a teaspoon of paprika. Equally, we have half a teaspoon of cumin. Obviously, this can be spiced any way you like it. If you like it a bit stronger, you could always put some chili powder in there. Many different ways to do this. It's just a matter of taste. Right, a little bit of oregano. I'll just put just a touch more in there. That'll do. And as I say, we want about half a teaspoon of this black pepper in there as well. That is about it. Now, to that, I'm adding a tablespoon of this vegetable oil. In fact, I think this is sunflower oil. But again, any oil would do. The oil of your choice would be fine. Now, we're just going to give that a quick stir around, blend it all together. Looking good, smelling good as well, straight away. And the next thing we want to do is cut this chicken up. Now, I'm going to cut this into thinnish sort of strips. Again, it can be prepared any way you like, but I do like it like this. That there is a little bit too big, so we'll cut that one down. And as I say, with this 1 chicken breast, it's a fairly large chicken breast, and I'm saying I will get 2 delicious wraps out of this, putting about 100 grams of chicken in each wrap. Okay, and with the chicken prepared, we simply want to put this into the spice and oil mix. Make sure that's well coated. Stir all of that in. Now, with that all coated nicely, I'm going to put a piece of cling film over this, and I'm just going to let this marinate for a little while. I'll give that about half an hour just to allow the chicken to take in the flavour of those spices. I'll just pop that in the fridge for about half an hour. And whilst the chicken is doing, what I'm going to do is get on with making the wraps. So in the bowl we have 120 grams of plain flour, and we have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. To that, we're adding 30 ml of oil. Again, I believe this is a sunflower oil, but the oil of your choice would do. And we have 60 ml of warmed water and a pinch of salt. Now I'm going to bring this together in the bowl into a sort of dough. And then this will want kneading for a little while. I'll probably knead this for about 5 minutes, just to make sure everything is well incorporated and all good to go. Okay, so to finish off, I'm just bringing that together with my hand. Get up any of the pieces in the bowl. All right, that's got all of that out of the bowl. Now, as I say, this simply wants a short sort of kneading, just to bring it together, make it a little bit more springy and to soften it out. And 5 minutes later, the dough is looking nice and springy, nice and smooth. It's not sticking to the board at all. That's good. Now, I'm going to cut this into 4, and that will give us our 4 wraps. Now, each one of these I'm just going to roll up into a ball and place to one side, and we want to let this rest for about 15 minutes. And once that's rested, the chicken will be done also, and we can put the rest of this together. In fact, in the meantime, what I think I'll do, I'll knock up some of this mayonnaise. As I say, I haven't priced this, the individual ingredients of it. I'll go in how I make it now, and then, as I say, in a future video, I'll cost it all and make a beautiful coleslaw. So to make the mayonnaise, we only need 3 things. We've got an egg, we've got some white wine vinegar, and we've got some oil here. So I'm just going to crack the egg into the bowl, or the jug. A jug is best actually for this. We want to add to that a tablespoon of this white wine vinegar. There it is. And then we want to simply blend that together. And when that is blended, which only takes a second, we just want to add a little bit of this oil at a time. That will go there. And a little bit more. Looking good. And you can see that's starting to thicken up very nicely. Put the rest of the oil in. There it is. That's a beautiful creamy homemade mayonnaise in seconds flat. And just to get everything ready so that when the wrap is made it'll go together very quickly, I'm just going to cut some of this red onion, and what we want to do is just chop a bit of that up. Again, however you like it, I'll just chop it like that, and that will do me. Now, I'll put this on this plate. I'll probably get 2 out of that, you see. We don't want to overdo it with the red onion. And we also have some of this iceberg lettuce, which I will cut and slice. There it is. And we'll just cut that up, and that will be beautiful. And as I say, this amount of onion, I think this onion does cost me 9 pence. I got a bag of them from Asda. Was it 96 pence a bag, and I think there was 11 of them in there. So it's about 9 pence an onion. So that amount there, I don't know, 3 pence. Okay, so our chicken is ready to go. Let's put some heat on here. Fairly low heat. And I haven't put any oil in the pan. The chicken has plenty of oil on it from the marinade that we did. So I'm just going to take about half of that out of there and get it in this pan. And this will keep in the fridge, and I'll probably have this one tomorrow, I would think. But we want this chicken to fry in the pan just over a low heat, and we just want to keep an eye on that and then test it before we actually put this whole wrap together. And as the chicken is doing, we are going to take the first one of these wraps, just push it down into a little circle, like so. A little bit of flour on the board. These shouldn't need a lot of flour, a little bit on top. And then we want to roll this out. Now, we want to roll this out fairly thin. I have seen people do it to where they're practically see-through, practically translucent. And we'll see how we go with that. Again, the size of this wants to be about the same as the pan which you're going to make it in. And if we can keep it resembling a round, that would be good, although not crucial. That's getting very thin, you can see that. Right, a little bit more flour under it, and a little bit more on top. That is looking good, and it is wafer thin. I'll just give that one more go. That will do it for me. Not exactly round, but you know, it'll eat the same way. Alrighty. Please do excuse all of these scars and things on my arms. I've been doing some house renovations, and I always manage to draw blood. Now I'm just going to make one of these for right now. So the rest of this dough I will stick in the fridge, and that will still be very good to go tomorrow. Okay, so back to the hob. I've turned the chicken, and that is looking good, coming along just fine, that is. I will check that. I'll cut into it and just make sure that we're cooked all the way through, because this is a very slow or low heat that I have this on, but looking good, smelling delicious. Now I have medium heat in this pan here, and I'm seeing that will just about fit the pan. If we had a bigger pan, we could have made a bigger one, but this is what we've got, so that's what we'll use. And really we want to keep an eye on this. It will start to bubble a little, and we want it just browning. We don't want to overdo it, it'll become brittle. Okay, now I don't know if you can see this, but we're just getting a few little pieces of brown on there, and that is almost done. So at this point I'll just turn the heat down a touch, because I want to check this chicken and make sure it is done all the way through, which it is. Beautiful. There we are, a little bit crispy around the edges, but it's going to be okay. Okay, and to bring all of this together, we have our wrap. Going to put some mayonnaise on that, just a bed of mayonnaise towards the front of it there. We have our salad from earlier, so we're going to get some red onion in there. And we also want a bed of that lettuce there. Now, I'm just going to give all that a crack of the black pepper. And now we have our chicken, which is done to a turn, looking really good. And we're just going to fill this up with these chicken pieces. Now, very carefully, we want to try to wrap all this together. And there it is. That is looking good. Okay, let me show you this. This is one beautiful spicy chicken wrap. Very simple to make, as you've just seen. And that is 94 pence. 94 pence for one of these chicken wraps filled with delicious chicken. As always, I'm going to take a bite of that. I'm just going to cut a piece off, show you how all of that looks. Look at that. Beautiful pieces of chicken in there. Now that's not too spicy, just the way I like it. But with that chicken, that beautiful fresh mayonnaise and the salad, that is superb. As I say, I'll go through the mayonnaise recipe in a little bit more detail in another video, in which I would like to make a homemade coleslaw. Delicious, fresh made, much cheaper than buying it as well. And these wraps make a beautiful lunch idea. Very simple. You could have it as a main meal, maybe with a potato rosti and some of the homemade coleslaw. That would be very nice. So there it is, a very easy, spicy chicken wrap recipe. Delicious. Now, can I just say, if you've enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up. This does help the channel a lot. And if you would like to see more beautiful, simple and inexpensive recipes like this, do consider subscribing to the channel. Many more to come. I thank you very much for watching.